I had something funny to say there, and then I didn't say it. I'm a little tired. We started doing yoga earlier this week, and I didn't realize how not flexible my body was until we ran out of Excedrin. Life is pain. Existence sucks. But my name is Tommy, and it's time for Spoopy Kingmaker here on Memorial Day weekend. Or a couple weeks after from where YouTube's at. YouTube games are basically the only thing I'm doing this weekend work-wise. It's dope. Anyway, Robin is fast asleep, what with the time zone things, and Chewie will probably show up, I'm guessing, about 1d4 rounds after we get to him in the in-character reflection. But for now, I will just say Safin and Ross and Jeff and Nick and Emmy, thank you guys so much for your support, keeping us pandemic proof and letting me have the best job on planet Earth, basically. Last time we fumbled through the rules for verbal duels, and we learned firsthand why we should always make sure that the party control the crowd so they have something to do while we're doing those things. Despite Tuxie's best efforts,
Hi.
Yes? Oh, is that a Chewie?
That is a Chewie.
Yeah.
Hey, Chewie, shut up. I'm doing the introduction. Thanks. Did you bring pizza?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, you can talk. We're good. I saw pizza, and I'm like, oh, good. 'Cause I'm a little hungry. I digress. Despite all of the best overtures and rolls, she was unable to beat the representative of the Orc tribes, and so the Council at Ortholt has pledged their support to the Orc tribes. However, the Withered One, who turns out was a member of the Esoteric Order, will see to it that super secret style, the party will have their support. He is of the belief that if the Orc tribes find the weapon of Gorham, they'll just, the equivalent of stick a spork in a light socket kind of thing. So certainly that problem will sort itself out. Hooray. The party seems a little less convinced. And now we have some stuff to do in Ortholt before popping a scroll of teleport and headed out. But for that in-character reflection, we will begin with the man who just muted because the children are yelling about what sounded like diarrhea. Fun fact, there was an episode of Three Dragons that never got uploaded where we were still using webcams, and one of Ross's brothers definitely just ran up to the webcam, pulled his shirt off. This fucking kid. Hey, Ross, in-character reflection for a hero point.
To be fair, he wasn't wearing a shirt when that happened. You're remembering that wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
Bet your butt I'm right.
Hey, that's what brothers do. They come up behind you and take their shirts off and try to screw around.
But yeah, for in-character reflection, I just kind of feel kind of sad, or not sad, just kind of nervous with everything going on right now, especially due to the fact that I love being in a large family. Especially since now we have to deal with the orcs potentially going and messing around my hometown. We have all of these orcs going around on top of the undead. That's another thing to worry about. Then we might have also kind of made ourselves a little bit lesser in the Uruxi. I mean, we have the Withered One support. Also, I thought the Withered One would be an Uruxi. I didn't realize he would be a human who seemed to have gone through something similar to what Devon'd gone through. Fortunately, it seems as though Devon was lucky enough to have Tuxie come and save him, and preventing it from getting worse.
Lucky Penny and all that.
Anyway, she ripped me in half!
As it stands, things seem to be going okay. I am concerned about my family and Lively and everyone. It's good to hear that it's good to hear that my sister Orchid is okay out there. I just hope she comes back around to Timberfall sometime. And gods, I still haven't laid my brother to rest properly yet. Oh well. Also, I have a pet wolf named Adorable Thing in the party. You cannot convince me otherwise. His name Smiles because he has an amazing smile.
Bork.
Bork.
Speaking of dogs, we also had somebody come to the house and ask all the very obvious I am casing the joint to see if you are a good target for robbery. So we're getting a dog pretty soon, so that's dope. But I digress. Hero points are good. Devin Dubois. Damn, I got it backwards. Devin Devereaux, a Dubois, man, myth, oracle, who has to go fight an orc at some point.
Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm very disappointed in Penny. Like, I had hyped her up so much, and when she fails, now I have failed, since we are Devin and his disciples, and if my disciples fail, like a good leader, that failure falls back on me, but like a bad leader, I'm blaming Emmy for her failure, which makes me fail, so I'm kind of pissy about that, but we need to get the fuck out of here. On the plus side, I am super excited about the chance of blowing up this artifact. Old drunk dwarfman was like, let's just blow it up, and I'm okay with that. So I'm excited to see where that goes. Other than that, didn't do much last time.
I feel like that last bit was a personal attack. But all right, fair enough, fair enough. All right. Well, we don't have an Elric because he gets to sleep. How nice. So, Tuxie.
Well, that was a bit humiliating, but in a way, I suppose the loss, quote unquote, was only for show, considering the Withered One is obviously convinced to support us. I'm just disappointed that I couldn't put that orc a little bit more into his place. And that I have to let him go on thinking that he's won, when in actuality we have swayed Ortholt to our side. I guess they were already sort of there, but that's beside the point. What matters is that they were not convinced by him, and therefore I am right, and therefore everything is good with logic and debate and air treason. Oh my gosh, am I tired?
Long day.
Yeah, I suppose getting humiliated by an orc is a bad day.
Fair, yeah. Also, is it raining where you are?
No,
Just
it's
want to ask.
Just sounds like it's pouring in Chi-Town right now. Anyway, good. Hero point for yours. G is for Gregor.
Okay. Yeah. Hi. I'm playing Gregor Eisenhorn, the Slayer, and I didn't do much last time. I wrestled with Devon, so he doesn't do shit and doesn't talk shit. But maybe that was the wrong call. Maybe it would have been better if he could have done something. But we will never know. Yeah, it's curious to see that the wizard one, Yato? Just a second. How's your character pronounced?
Yatil.
Yatil. That the wizard one Yatil talked about is probably a human, and that he is also in the order. I'm curious to see if we find any more member of the order. Yeah.
Good enough. Good. Ragnar.
Alright, I'm playing Ragnar. He's a dwarf, and he's a war priest. He was Storag. That's the class setup. Now, with what happened, the Wither one is definitely a very sneaky guy, I think. Secretly supporting us, while falsely supporting the orcs. Hopefully they blow themselves up, but hopefully we get to blow up what we want to ahead of time. I'm actually a bit happy and scared both at the same time that Devin agrees with me. But I bet it's good we're on the same page about blowing stuff up, me and him at least. If the other people doesn't want to blow this up, hopefully me and him can convince him. Well, finally, me and him got a mission that we can both agree on. And as of everybody else, I think the village secretly helping us will be a great boost to all our resources. And that orc, that war drum, I have a bad feeling about him. He needs to be taken out, assassinated, something. Humiliated. He's going to cause trouble. Hopefully, Devereaux Duvon can beat him up. Hopefully. He needs a chance to a game of fisticuffs. That's my in-character reflection.
Good enough. If I had a little more time for this character, I would brew up the I love the smell of napalm in the morning subdomain, because I think you've earned it. Digress, Yatil. Take us home.
I'll try to do that. In character reflection, for there was quite a bit for Yatil to unpack the other day, but after bringing the outsiders back home, only to feel pretty helplessly watch as they were trying to win over the council. The council had already decided that despite coming back home, they were going to try and support the orcs. So it seems like that was all a ploy to begin with. Actually, hold on. Just to clarify, so Noroth told us that on the surface, the council is going to be supporting the orcs. They're actually going to be supporting the party.
Yes, they are doing so because the council is afraid of crossing all of the orc tribes of Glenabon and having them all descend upon Ortholt and wiping them out.
Right. Okay. Clear. That. Right. And also, turns out the Withered One was a human the entire time. So that was definitely very shocking for Yatil. It's been a bit emotionally exhausting for him for what he's had to go through. And yes, he thinks he has to realize he probably has to try and steel himself and prepare himself for what else might come his way. Steel himself.
Alrighty, sounds good. Hero points all around. Maybe not to Robin. We'll see. Robin has to earn it. He has to get up first. But I know lots of folks, before we teleported back to wherever it is we teleport back to get ahead of bad things, wanted to bop around Ortholt and do things here. And so at the moment, the floor is open. Ortholt is your oyster squad.
Well, assuming that this duel is actually going to pan out,
Fuck no, the duel is not panning out. We are running away. I don't actually plan on fighting this motherfucker.
We should at least leave him a note to be polite, and also to keep him from going crazy and fighting everyone else around here in your stead. So,
Okay, then let's tell him to go search for us in the middle of the fucking Hodag lair, and then our pet Hodag can eat.
No, we're not going to put Snooty in danger. And Snooty isn't our pets.
Maybe I've been watching too much anime lately, but I just picture Vin just pop around the corner. No!
I imagine I don't need to pop around the corner. I imagine we're all kind of just talking as a group.
Yeah. Oh, I guess also on that note, because all of the non-Aruxi in squad have been given their ouchies back, all of you are given it kind of looks like the scarab or the symbol of the Esoteric Order, but it's been a little like twisted and inverted. Like, I almost want to say like non-Euclidean shapes twisted from the original piece. Yatil would know, basically they're being given a mark that signifies that you have, think the mark of Caesar from New Vegas, that kind of thing. You have earned favor with the council and the Withered One, and that's why everyone who's not Yatil can carry their weapons and spells and shit around Ortholt. Before we immediately screw up. Got that one in.
Oh, there. Now you can
Nifty.
actually, now that you have your magical powers back, you can follow through with the duel.
I mean, I could. Tuxie, do you want to kill this dude, or do you want to run away? I'm all for running away.
Fine with that.
You're
I would
always talking about being a nobleman, if I hear that right, between all your talking.
True.
And just want to ask, so being a nobleman is running away for you? Then I
Because
know
a
why
real
your house
nobleman
dropped
knows.
down.
Because a real nobleman knows that you pay the poors to fight for you. War is rich men talking and poor men dying.
No, that are shitty noblemen that are like this, and yeah, I can understand why your house is a no-name house.
And cue the System of a Down. Oh, I don't presidents fight the war. Oh, I always send the poor.
Maybe the warm blood way to have other people bleed for them when duels, but I don't think the orcs are going to appreciate you either running away or forcing somebody else to fight.
I suppose on that note, knowledge, local, or history checks.
Do I have any insight having family ties to an orc tribe?
Local or history. Vin can make this one considered to be trained. Vin can try. You certainly can try. Gotta become that guy.
I'll just roll because I don't actually have any knowledge
I
local
know
or whatnot.
nothing.
Gregor is still just that System of a Down song that I can't think of the name of. 14-year-old me is disappointed. Holy shit. Tuxie.
Tell 14-year-old you to get out of your head and go back to school.
In the middle of the duel.
Fuck, what is the name of that song? Son of a bitch. Yeah, Tuxie, you know, like, in particular, Vin, you can back this one up too. That's kind of how your sister became the de facto chieftain of a tribe. Basically, you put your name, your accountability, things like that on the line by essentially what Devin did was step up and say, no, I believe otherwise, and I believe so strongly that I'm willing to die for it. Not that you guys are trying to make friends there, I don't think, but by running away from this, not only will you have hurt your accountability, there probably will be repercussions for Ross's family. Welcome to Spoopy Kingmaker, I guess. But not only that, there will probably be repercussions personally for y'all as well. Not necessarily like every orc from here to Belkzen is going to start storming across the Stolen Lands to find you, but you certainly will have made a rival.
God damn it. Okay, well, shit.
Thank you, Jeff, you beautiful man, for texting me the name of that song.
No problem.
Good.
And now that you brought it up, you've defeated the point of me texting you. So I was like, okay, I'll just text him. That way we won't have to interrupt the game. But now you have interrupted your own game, asshole. But let's continue.
You know me.
Calling a GM an asshole in the middle of the session is a power move.
It's a real pro gamer.
Anyway, so fuck it.
It's a real pro gamer move. It's up to y'all, though.
There, didn't he say he would fight both of us at once?
He did indeed.
So I think we can take him in a handicap match. We can do this. Let's get some strategery going on.
Strategery?
The art of strategy. Don't you know nothing?
Oh. While you fools are deciding how poor Devon is going to get himself killed, you are welcome to stay the night at my home.
Oh, thanks.
Why do I have a feeling your home is like a mud hut growing out of a tree?
That sounds really nice right now.
Sorry. I apologize. My summer mansion is south of here. It was my attempt at sarcasm.
No, I think all of us got it. That was a good one.
I start laughing hysterically.
Good one.
As for this predicament you've gotten yourself into, I have my own honor that I have to restore, so if it really does come to it, I will volunteer to fight in your stead instead.
You should not have
Or
said
to
that
fight
one.
alongside you.
That maybe.
Hmm?
Knowing Devon, even the slightest provocation that you'll do something for him means in his mind that you're honor bound to do it for him for the rest of eternity.
Well, what happens in one's mind can be different from reality. Anyway.
Mr. Slayer, man, when you looked at Big Bad Scary Orc, did you happen to use your Slayer eyeballs and your Shinigami eyes to see how fucking many hit points?
Shinigami.
God, they are Shinigami eyes, aren't they?
I want to punch you so hard right now.
What is this
No,
Shinigami you speak of? Is this another clan?
Actually, you could roll knowledge, religion. They're statted in Pathfinder.
Oh my god.
I was joking, but feel free to, I guess.
Oh my
I
god.
did not use.
Ah, shit. Shut up, Chewie. Stop it. You stop that shit. And you too, Emmy. You rude asses. I'll get it in a second. I gotta get that bard out. I'm so glad I got a bard from the NPC Codex, and I totally remember which one I used. I think it was Tribal Leader, wasn't it? Oh, good. Oh, great.
So, Emmy, what do you think the plan should be? Because I feel like we definitely want to go from angles. I can buff you, since you're charisma based as well as I am, so I can talk us up really well, and that'll give us both Eagle Splendor, and I think I'm gonna have one more spell after that, well, second level spell, and then it'll just be a bunch of fucking chain barbing and intimidating.
I can grant you all the blessing of the war domain upon you. It will help either you can choose to let it give you a bonus, well, give you protection, make you faster, or help guide your weapon. I best try to say without using in-game stats.
That's how many hit points he has.
We could take him.
It
Yeah.
can hit things really hard. Sorry,
we should
never
have
mind that
somebody.
thing I just said.
We should have an escape plan. We
Scrolls
should have
of
somebody
teleportation.
yeah, we need to have that ready to go if it's going south for you guys.
I agree.
I hand the scroll. I look to Robin. You think you can handle that? Or not to Robin, to Elric.
Elric looks up from where he and the Withered One are comparing spellbook notes, and he nods.
Alright, cool. Don't stay up too late now.
He just has become completely engrossed, flipping pages, writing down a spellbook I need to generate.
We probably lost him for the rest of the night.
Mm.
So let's go see this house of yours. Teal?
House is a subjective term, but
Home.
yes, you can go to our home.
Hey, I slept out in the woods plenty of times when I was a kid. I'm used to it. It's nice.
And I would love to see you all's architecture here. Get more. I've seen the outside, but see the inside of it. How you all's houses, your homes are built structurally.
Yeah, that would be a gold mine for you, buddy.
Mm. Okay, well, I guess, Teal will lead them back to his den, so where it can rest and sup, and he can further plan how Vin can escape his demise.
All right, works for me.
Hey, what did I do? Why am I in danger?
I think he cut out when he said Devin.
I
Okay.
said Devin.
I was about to say, wait, what did I do?
Everything. Alrighty. I guess.
Can I roll engineering for the architecture.
Sure.
Just, I must warn you, I don't live alone.
Do you have a special someone?
Oh, you're getting married, says a Gathlin who pops up out of nowhere.
Oh god, no.
Oh my god, what was that? He just pops up like the Great Zoo.
Just, oh shit! Well, I suppose with the engineering check, perhaps we should ask Yatil what Yatil's house looks like, or what the general structure building is. Do we in fact see a tree with mud tumoring off the side of it?
So think of like a dome, like a low dome. Kind of, it's more, almost more of like, think of like a hobbit burrow, except it's like way less nice inside, and it's made of packed earth and mud instead of on an actual hill with grass and stuff.
Okay, makes sense. So I guess Chewie, it looks pretty sturdy. It certainly isn't like what you would expect to see outside of Ortholt or like in more air quotes hard civilized lands. But like it is compact. It probably could outlast a lot of things. As the party approaches, out steps a. She's pretty tall. The thing about Uruxi is they never really stop growing. They just get bigger and bigger and bigger until their time is up. So Yatil is pretty tall. Yatil's mother is probably about 6-7 inches taller as she steps out from this. The door is probably really big. Matter of fact, probably a lot of the doors in Ortholt are, just to accommodate bigger Uruxi. Is that my boy? Ah, oh, Yatil! And she just, this enormous Uruxi comes stomp, 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 stomp. Seems that age hasn't slowed her down. Yatil's direction to just like grab him, sweep him up. My boy! They said you'd been killed. They said you'd offended every orc tribe from here to the hold of Belkson. They said and she just kind of like spouts off more and more and more and more and more and more.
Poopsie just looks up in awe.
They are hurting my ribs.
Oh, yes, I forget. You're so small. You've got so much growing left to do. Oh, little one. Sets down.
I'm not that small. I am not that small.
So that's where I got that phrase from.
Okay. Answer your questions. No, I'm not dead. And I did not upset the tribes. Afraid my guests did. Oh. At least they tried to not offend them. Most of them didn't try to offend them. There is a lot to discuss. May they spend the night here?
Of course. I'll get dinner ready. And she goes looking around and she sees probably Tuxie first, looking up in awe, looks down. Her head's probably about as big as Tuxie's, like if you made like a bust of Tuxie, like head down to like bottom of chest and shoulders, about that big. Ah, you must be newly hatched, she smiles. So small. Where is your draconic overlord?
I am my draconic overlord, thank you very much.
Oh, I see, you've thrown off the shackles. Really reversed the stereotype of all kobold kind. Well done. And she reaches down a hand to pat you on the head. Is this the one they say stood before the council, spoke against? She says some choice words about the war drummer.
Yes, mother. It was only a few hours ago. Where were you during the convening of the council?
Oh, you know, there's so much to do here at home, and I'm all by myself. No one here to help me. She kind of like hangs on, like looks at Yatil a little too long as she says this.
Surely the other clutch mothers would be able to assist you.
Yes, it would just be so nice if, well, my son was home, and there's so much to do here around the house, and I just want to. And she begins furthering that rant, right? If only you called more.
You need to talk. We do need to talk inside.
Okay, fair enough. I suppose we can make the rest of the introductions to the rest of you. And she turns, takes everybody in, stops at Devin. My, you're particularly shiny. Handsome. You have handsome friends, Yatil. Well done. And
I'm so glad you noticed. Your mom has an eye for talent, Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
Just like lets out the groan of like a bull crocodile. He's just like,
there's just a hiss real loud. Now, son, you know that's impolite. It's how you spread disease. And also, you could use a breath mint. Good lord. And she turns around, smiles. Please, come in. And the door, which has been hanging wide this whole time, which is like 8, 9, 10 inches bigger than all of you, and probably wide enough that like 2, 3 of the humans could walk in abreast. The house is probably a pretty simple affair. Not a whole heck of a lot of much. What's on the menu tonight? We live in a swamp. Begins.
Frog legs.
Sure. Why not? The legs of said frog are particularly large because, in fact, throughout the Hooked-tongued Slough, the flora and the fauna both get pretty big. So we're talking like it is a frog leg, but it's about as long as like my arm with like 4 times the muscle. She begins like, she probably just gets it on a spit, throws it over the fire, and just starts like slowly turning it. So, tell me about your new friends. Please. I'm sure you've got on so well, yes? I even hear there was something about how you met the Withered One. Surely you must have if we're allowing them to walk around in their armor with their weapons so well armed.
They plan on leaving tomorrow if this one, Teal points to Devin, doesn't die.
Oh?
I'm going with them.
I cannot die, for I was chosen by a god.
Oh, well, he's got us there.
Choose another.
I digress.
What happens in Wrath?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, what do you mean? Did something happen?
So it's kind of hard for Atil, or I guess maybe some of the Uruxi in general, to really express or show emotion with their face because they got, reptile faces, but you can see like glint in Yatil's eyes kind of like dim. He looks down and trying to like bring something up that's pretty painful for him, and he's like, Axe, Daco, and Gorm are dead. It was my fault.
Oh?
Your fault?
What happened, son? She drops all pretense of the, like, mom that doesn't see her kid as much as she'd like to.
Was just standing there staring at me. I was the only one that noticed it. I rose up when I saw it. I just was one of the dead. Abomination that had risen out of the mud. And before my body would even listen to the rest of my head and try and react, had already slain 2 of them, was in the middle of tearing into Gorn.
I see. Yet somehow you were lucky enough to survive. I presume...
Ran. And this lot, more or less, saved me. Bear the shame of not only running away, letting my cowardice kill my comrades, but also to be rescued by outsiders.
It's all right. We save lots of innocent people. It's what we do as heroes.
Regardless, I don't think my reputation here will hold very well. Or
Yatil.
transgressions.
Listen. Where I come from, there is no honor in dying a fool's battle. It was a tactical retreat. If you stay and die a battle you know you will lose, there's no honor in that. There is honor in knowing when to run, to fight another day, and you chose to fight another day. That's what you did. In
I
my
didn't
opinion, there's
make-
no shame in that.
I didn't choose. I let my fear make the choice for me. Look, it doesn't matter now. Besides, what's the withered Roth had said? I think it would, if I were to ask him, it would say it would be wiser to go with you. So, if I go with you and we fulfill what the Withered One asks of us, then maybe I'll restore some semblance of my other honor. Otherwise, I'll die, but I will have paid for my cowardice. So it is you humans call a win-win. Of course, first
Hey,
we have
that's
to
a win.
deal with this matter at hand about Devon here possibly meeting his demise at the hands of the Orc War Chief.
Nah, I have a lucky charm. We've got Penny. I'm awesome, and we have a teleportation scroll. We got this covered. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be one of the best. You sit down and you write stories about this. You grab your best painter. Who's the best painter in the village? I want them to get my good side as the sun comes up.
Do not have writers or traditional painters. We have oral traditions. So, while I don't doubt her capabilities with dueling with her words, are you capable of fighting?
Her words
Perfect.
are her weapons. She's Penny. Tell them about the time where you were talking so much shit and the guy's head fucking exploded. She's so badass with.
That actually happened? I mean,
Oh, I.
I'm inclined at this point. I'm inclined to believe anything. My mind has been blown a few times today.
Well, ma'am, I do not know your name yet. My name is Ragnar. I am a worshipper of Torag. Happy to meet you. What is your name? As I hold my hand out to Yatil's mother.
She smiles. My name is Hista. She takes her hand is much bigger than yours. Takes it like the shake is probably a little awkward. Like she doesn't know where to grab for a couple of like 1, 2, 3, then seems to get it. It's been a while since one of your stature, one of your order, one of your honor has graced Ortholt. Many of the weapons that our warriors carry, in fact, come from trade from, well, folks with similar, and she kind of like runs her hand where like a beard would be. I'm honored to have you in my home.
Thank you. The honor is all mine. Your home is lovely. It is built sturdily strong. It will hold up to the elements quite well.
It has for a while, yes. Though back to the matter at hand, son, I suppose I'm biased, but I'm just glad you got out of there alive. Death is not... I know it weighs on you, but I think everyone knew what they were getting into and the risks involved. How you bear that and how you... You're an adult. You're entitled to your feelings, and your path in this life is ultimately up to you. I'm just glad you made it. And she like moves forward and throws her arms around you and hugs you.
Yatil turns the hug, albeit a bit awkwardly. Oh, I don't suppose you have any motherly wisdom to share in this regard, Mother?
Regarding your immediate future?
Or specifically this one's, actually, yes. Nods over to Devon. So,
Well,
running away is not a good option. Fighting would be difficult.
ultimately, do you think you can handle your opponent, human?
Yes, I'm chosen. As much as I don't want to get my hands dirty, because orcs are gross and they're smelly and they're poor, because fucking tusk bones don't count as real currency, I will do this and I will show that I am chosen, I am powerful, and Penny had better not fail me again.
She's a little taken aback at a lot of that. Just kind of like looks at the whole group. You really are far from home, aren't you? Well, I mean, if you think you can take him, there's... If you can take him, then I suppose there's...
What'd you say? I could kind of hear you, but you're coming in really quiet.
Oh, sorry, I glitter dust you.
Yay, that's my favorite.
Well, make a will save.
I always choose to fail it. That way I look shiny.
And he's instantly blinded as copper dust is just thrown on him. I suppose that's one way to shut up the ignorant. Fair enough. Good. Well done, little one. In any case, provided that's not how your tag team battle goes, if you think you can handle him, well, I suppose it's up to fate then.
Should I fight him? I mean, not entirely sure how that would look to the rest of the council, but first of all, I do not like that one at all. I think that we're actually all in agreement with that.
She nods.
This might be another way for me to restore my honor if I am able to defeat him in single combat. Oh, that's stupid. He was like, hey, this guy was a war chief. He was clearly, I mean, he's probably more powerful than any one of us one-on-one. Right?
I mean, he's a drummer, and the drummer is never the coolest guy in the band. He's not like he's the lead singer.
He's literally calls himself Gorham's Chosen.
Gorham's war drummer, or the war
Gorham's
drummer of
war
Gorham.
drummer.
Yeah, he's like a bard. He'll be fine.
Or he could be something of the divine, I believe. Like, not divine as in gods, but at least he may have some divine spells, I think, just based on his name.
Another great way to put it is...
Information we gathered on him?
If this was 5e, I'd call for an insight. I'll just say sense motive. What can you put together from what you saw? Okay.
Wow. Well, I don't know jack squat.
However, it is Emmy, queen of the dice rolls, once again. I suppose it's relevant that Jeff gets it as well, given that, like, those are the two in danger. I mean, the dude can probably handle himself in a fight, but it's pretty clear. If they sent him to do the talking, / if he was chosen to do the talking, that's probably... It's at least enough where you might think maybe his bark is a little bigger than his bite. Can he bite? Yes. But you're not like... you probably have a pretty good chance. He probably accepted a duel 2-on-1 just like heat of the moment to look good in front of his tribe. Yatil, it's also like... You would assume he is possessed of some magic. Most likely in the sense of the way that, like, Devin or Tuxie is chosen by a deity, understands ghost notes a little too well, and so can pull magic out of his snare drum or something in between. But, like, not so much, not like the Withered One, or even like Elric.
Good.
His power comes with his magic comes from like his own from his own like force of will and personality.
Yeah. And like he could probably knock your teeth out if you let him hit you in the jaw, but it's probably a little more that he's just used to like being able to talk his way into things, or like convince the tribes that he was what he says he is, kind of thing.
Rather peculiar that the one speaking for you isn't biggest and the strongest of the orcs. I always assumed that's how their whole society worked. Am I kind of look over to Vin as like that is how it works, right?
Additionally, yes. And maybe then he may be stronger in other ways.
Right. Oh. For decide to do, I suppose I could probably help fight if you all want me to, but
I think we got
have
this.
to come up with that decision before morning. Either way, this fight will probably have to happen. To maintain yours accountability.
Tootsie stretches a bit, cracks her knuckles. Oh, it's okay. I've already proven to everyone here that I know where all the orcs' sensitive organs are, so it should be no big deal.
Right. Is it true that he got cut in half?
Yes, it was
Not
gruesome.
exactly cut. More
Oh,
like half of him was teleported to a different dimension.
Yatil's mom's eyes go pretty wide at that, as she's been kind of just like cooking dinner, looking up from time to time. Then you say that, and she's just, what? Son, what have you gotten yourself into? Who are these people? What happened to you?
Well, when she asks who are these people, I go
do
through
not
my
know.
big display of Devin and his disciples and give the classic rundown.
I do not know, Mother. I ask myself that every single day. How did I get myself into this?
You
Besides
ran
finding
away
myself-
from a mummy like a coward, and now you're trying to redeem yourself by hanging out with people
Okay.
who are way cooler than you. That's how you ended up in this
Okay.
situation.
I'm sorry. All right. Preemptive apologies for this, but when you bring that up, Yatia was going to rush over and pin you to a wall.
Go for it.
His mom's probably like she gets up, Yatil goes faster, Yatil puts you into the wall.
All right.
Join the club on
Yeah,
that one.
grapple check, I guess.
I'm sure a 19 is good enough.
Now I'm no longer the only one who saw Devon in this group.
Classic.
Yeah, 19 will hit, but yeah, you're good.
Okay.
There's the proverbial record scratch happens.
Oh, and I'm sorry that the truth hurt you, but it's okay. You'll redeem yourself by hanging out with us, and don't worry about it. Just think about it. Just a little bit off of the throat. It's hard to breathe. That's my favorite windpipe.
I grows incredibly thin with you, human.
My air going to my brain grows incredibly thin as well.
I whisper under my breath, do it, Yatia, do it.
Is anyone trying to stop me? Because, I mean, I'm probably not going to do it, but Yatil looks like he has... It's the same looking crocodile would have in its eyes when it's about to a death roll on a deer that's taking a drink of water from a pond.
Yeah, Till, he may be an insane with what he says sometimes, but he is a great person to have in battle. His magic, and with his companion Nobeard, is very potent.
Oh, didn't we know? I forgot. I've got fucking Roboito Birdman. Roboito Birdman will have his talons ready to go at your eyes, so we can be in a standoff. I'm going to die, but Roboito Birdman will pluck your eyeballs out. So, choices are yours.
Teal, after hearing do you say that in character?
No, there's just there is a little bright eagle that kind of pops out of nowhere and is ready to dive down and claw at you.
Oh, fair enough, I guess. Okay. Teal lets out a final snarl. He kind of snaps his jaws in your face, out of anger, and then he drops you back down. He's like, right. And you will not, right? If you think you're so capable, then you can fight him tomorrow morning yourself. You will
With
not
Penny.
have any assistance from me.
Don't go back on
Teal
your
just
word
kinda-
now.
Teal
You said
just
you would
kinda
save us if we started to die.
I
You wouldn't want to
warned
be an
you.
oath breaker, would you? You don't want to be an oath breaker on
said
top
I
of
would be-
letting your kin.
I said I might
Okay.
be inclined to assist you. I am no longer inclined to do so. Especially
Well,
not
do
you.
it for Penny's sake.
I hardly know you guys.
We saved your life. You owe us. You'd be dead if it wasn't for Devin and his
Devon,
disciple.
you're speaking for yourself again.
Would he not be dead if it wasn't for us?
I don't know that entirely. He stood up to the creature quite well on his own, and his willpower is much higher than he gives himself credit for.
Alright.
The entire reason his clan were killed was because of the fact that that creature was by its nature an ambush predator, and they were ambushed. Once you remove the ambush factor, it's a tough fight, yes, but I do not think Yatil will go down.
Yeah.
Things he did.
So you get the sense that yes, it technically was an ambush, but like I had said, Yatil had spotted the creature and just couldn't
Oh,
react
yeah.
because he froze up in fear.
Ven's trying to
Teal
defuse the
is-
situation.
I think Yatil's going to go outside for a bit and have some fresh air to cool off. Before somebody ends up getting bisected again.
I mean, if you're having bisex, Devin's totally down. Sign us up.
In any case, as Yatil goes and leaves, the Giga Frog leg, as it were, is prepared. It's not really seasoned much anything, just it is cooked through, pulled off the bone such as it is, and I guess not really plates so much as you're handed the proverbial frog on a smaller stick. Yeah. Everybody, there's more than enough for the whole squad to have their fill.
Tastes like chicken.
Probably a little bit.
Funny enough, frog legs actually do kind of have a chickeny taste.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a bit more of a, I guess it's a bit of a swampy tang that they have to it.
Mm-hmm.
You take that as you will.
More
you
swampy
know.
tang.
The more you know. Well, now that you're done insulting my son, what do you intend to do?
Best I can with the little I got. And wave over at Penny.
Devin, how about you sit down, shut up, and, I don't know, summon your eagle to scratch your back for you.
I forgot he could do that. Awesome. Roboito, get that middle pot. It's hard to get.
Out of character, just throwing this out there, couldn't you technically fight alongside your eagle?
The eagle doesn't do much. It's an Eidolon, but all the stuff that I've given him have been boosts that he can have that he can give me that will boost my intimidation and my bluff. So he's not meant for fighting. He's meant for picking locks and making me a better liar.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Also, are you gonna do anything about that?
As suddenly your nose starts bleeding.
Wait, what did you do? Ow!
You're bleeding. Why are you bleeding?
It's okay. See, it's a little game that Penny and I play. It's good. See, she's practicing for tomorrow. It's okay. She didn't mean it. It's all right. We're good. That Penny is such a joker.
This is just normal.
I look to Yartil's mom and I say, as of who we are a group of individuals from all over the world. We've come together to stop the undead, and we are waiting the return of Trazen the Infinite, who went away with a crypt dragon, and we are waiting his return. Hopefully he'll gain more insight on the matter at hand.
I see. Friends with a dragon, no less. And the mighty Trazen the Infinite. Our people have tales of him. Very powerful wizard from our earlier histories. One of the... Well, as you may know, it was in fact Iruxi that learned our position in space, stars, astrology, things of this nature. It was us first. And it was because of Trazen the Infinite. I didn't realize you knew him, or that did he reincarnate? Friends with a ghost, perhaps?
He was a dust walker.
I see. And what exactly is that?
The people on Pharasma's court, if I understand this correctly, let him come back to life. But not fully back to life, type of a thing.
You have to bring up the comment of the fact that the Trazen we knew, or at least I was under the impression that he was a Dustwalker of a human previously.
She
So-
said that did he reincarnate?
Humanoid. I don't think you ever actually told Vin who became a Dustwalker. I don't know.
He sounds like he has lived for hundreds of thousands of years. And a powerful wizard like that, he probably just kept being and reincarnated in different forms. That could explain why so many different cultures have him as so many different creatures and races. That could be why. He just keeps on getting reincarnated as something else.
Yuchio's mom nods thoughtfully.
Noticing that Devon is being quiet for once, Brooksy will pass him a...
What did you pass me? Oh, your
heal.
belt. Ooh, nifty.
I didn't pass the belt
Let
to
me
you,
take
I'm
him off the
healing
belt.
you with...
Oh, okay, cool. You're so tiny. I feel like a middle school girl with like those cute little chokers. I like.
There you go.
Thanks. See, told you. It's all part of the fun game.
God damn it.
I say for it is pineapple.
What with pineapple?
Yutio pops back. Did somebody say pineapple?
Brooksy does not know how to respond to that.
See? Not as funny when other people do to you now, is it?
Well, if we're quite done beating each other to death in my home, I I almost verbatim quoted the Kif's mom from Futurama just now. Essentially, Yatil's mom goes about doing what she was doing previously. She still seems approachable, and from time to time will probably throw things into conversation. Actually, no. As you guys are doing that, Yatil's mom steps out and just, son, you showed a great deal of restraint, not breaking the human's neck. That must have taken a great deal of, restraint, indeed.
No. This is just proof that I am still slipping.
What do you mean?
I'm starting to. I think I'm just starting to let my emotions get the better of me. Oh. Well.
Just kind of cocks her head. I don't understand.
Oh, well, nah, just like he's letting his emotions get the better of. I don't know. Just reason why I stay distant mother is, well, I just been under the assumption for so long that just showing emotion is weakness. That's what we were trained, and that's how I thought. But I think maybe you might have been right in some regards, with worrying maybe a bit more about myself than what I could do for the tribe. I mean, thought I was doing what was best for the tribe when I brought them back, only to find that, oh, some of them were probably willing to throw themselves with the orcs as opposed to ever help that and the others were able to bring back. No, it's technically the case that they're going to be supporting the, not necessarily supporting the orcs, but felt very close to a betrayal. And I guess maybe going with these humans might not be such a terrible idea. No.
Certainly, it would give you time to process how you're feeling. And I understand why you would feel betrayed. I think any of us would. It's... She kind of trails off. Well, the rumors are that when the orc tribes...
If this Devon doesn't... Oh, sorry. Keep going.
When the orc tribes get their act together, they could sweep down upon us. It'd be effortless on their part. I assume the council only wishes to, dare I say, delay the inevitable long enough for us to set up somewhere else. She shrugs.
Honestly think it might come to that? Where would our people go?
The world is a big place, and we've been many places. Maybe somewhere that doesn't get as cold in the winter.
Druid claims
you
that
could
this
you could
sister
move and
is-
you can live in New Timberfall. We already have a mayor. You can be. I'm sure he would welcome.
Oh, I didn't realize you'd come out here, Devin.
Oh, sorry. Okay, missed that part. Well, anyway, I'll tell her later about New Timberfall.
Okay, good.
The druid says that his sister is one of the leads of the York tribe, so maybe there might be some. Maybe a solution lies with that as well.
Could be possible.
Perhaps the orcs will all kill, or perhaps the orcs will all get themselves killed, like what the Withered One said. All I know is that I don't think it would be best for myself if I stayed here.
She nods. It's not exactly what I wanted to hear, but...
I know. Okay, well, I'll come back inside. Okay, I actually am getting hungry now, so I'll come back inside.
All right. Well, if you ever need to talk, I'm here. Certainly, I'd appreciate it if you came home more. Such as you can. But... you are still...
Can I come
and will always be my little one.
back?
But... I understand. And she goes to hug again.
Do reptiles blush? I don't think they do.
You're also humanoid enough that, like, you could.
Right, well, he kind of like... He's a bit more like... He accepts the hug a bit more willing this time, and it's not nearly as awkward as before.
Gotcha. And Util returns to the squad.
Okay.
I haven't had frog legs this big in forever.
What was that?
I hate this noise suppression. I
It's
haven't
not
had
great.
frog forever.
He hasn't had frog legs this big in forever. It's a little bit hard to tell through his garbled voice. He's still stuffing it in.
The noise suppression isn't great. I'm still having difficulty making things out. Hold on, let me see if I jump in and out, if that'll make it.
I just switched over to going back to my good old-fashioned style of just hitting mute every other moment.
In such. That's because he turned off the noise. Yeah, Discord's noise suppression is not the best for sure. That's why I use push to talk.
I appreciate them trying, and it looks like it's going well,
Yeah,
but it's not there yet.
baby steps. Anyway,
What are our plans? I figure we need a good night's rest tonight, and then we fight at dawn. What are your plans? My plans are make us really awesome with Eagle Splendor, and then beat him with chains. What are your ideas?
Well, I'm assuming that he can do some fancy magic with that drum of his, so I will try to disrupt any of his spells. And then I'm gonna roast him.
Bring that ass here, boy. Yahtzee, you know about these plot biscuits. If we were to take one and like shove it in his mouth, would his magic go away, or how does that work?
Do I look like a wizard to you? I suppose. Besides, you're not going to be able to get another one of those. I doubt
Damn
the
it.
withered one would give you that, even if you asked nicely. Which
Plot
I'm
biscuits are so
not
fickle.
even sure you're capable of doing.
Oh well, talking shit and beating with magical chains. It is then.
That sounds highly unconventional.
Welcome to Devin and his disciples, where we specialize in highly unconventional. That's our new tagline.
For it first.
Why are you friends with this one?
We throw barrels of snakes and beehives at the enemies.
Ah, yes, the bee and snake strategy.
Honestly, that probably sounds like it's right up the Erix's alley. Just yeeting a bunch of poisonous animals at people.
I mean, to merge the flavor with mechanics, Iron Fang Invasion last week ran from a fort because they found a wasp swarm. So, yeah, by all means, swarms are rude.
Anyway, they're friends with me because I'm really, really good looking, and I'm charming, and I'm great to have in battle, and I'm a fantastic strategist. I can summon things. I'm pretty. I'm noble. I'm really good looking. I've got great fashion. Like, shall I continue? Of
It's
course they
most
want to be
because we
friends.
feel sorry for him.
I'd say
See? Penny and her joke.
I
Pat
repeat
thinks what says
noble.
is correct.
I repeat noble with air quotations.
Oh, you guys are so funny. See, it's all jokes, all great humor here.
I didn't know we were playing Mummy's Mask. We're so close to denial, we might as well switch our pantheon.
Do not use the word.
Well-
Mother, please don't use the words mummy right now. That's going to be my trigger word for the rest of my life.
Reasonable, fair enough, my bad.
Oh boy.
Well, Devin is definitely more noble than I am.
See, and that's what I like about you. You know your place, and I appreciate that. You're a good guy.
I feel as though a swamp badger has more nobility than this one. But I don't know how it works in your culture.
Swamp badgers are very sacred. All badgers are.
Turns out one of the plot things we're looking for, in fact, is called the Temple of the Badger, so that's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Have
maybe.
you all
North
heard
there
of the temple?
immediately. Okay. Out of character though, real talk, like, is this how you guys want it to go down with Evan and Uxie trying to V1 this guy?
I really
PV1?
think we could take him. He's only got like 70 something hit points. So if we can work it around a lot and I can trip him and Tuxie just keeps talking shit, I feel we could do it. And then worst comes to worst, we just fucking ninja smoke bomb the fuck away.
You could treat him
I
like
mean-
a Dark Souls boss. Somebody hits him, then somebody runs away, somebody else gets him, start kiting him around.
As
He's
you
got
do.
a lot more hit points than Tuxie, but Tuxie also has a lot of healing stuff up her belt, so...
You've got him in the action economy, too.
Yep.
And certainly if you win, it would go a long way for the various tribes of Glenabon, as well as Ross's sister.
Sure. Alright.
If we win, we can try to assume control of the tribe. How's that sound, Devon?
Fuck yes, that was my plan. We're gonna get them to pledge themselves to the cause. And then we get to be orc warlords. We can add that to my noble title that I got from the tree people, and now I'll have a noble title from the orc people, and I'll collect noble titles like Pokemon badges as I go across the realm.
Wouldn't it be a chiefly title?
Yeah, potato.
Tomorrow is going to be interesting.
I suppose on that note, does anybody have anything else they want to do tonight? Anybody they want to talk to, go see, look at, things of that nature?
I want to ask if anybody's heard of the Badger Temple or any dwarven anythings.
Okay. So this is just like a...
Go to the bathroom real quick.
Roger.
But you guys do what you do. I'm good. I'm ready for beauty sleep.
Same TBH. So Ragnar goes and bops around the town asking about stuff like that.
Yeah, Tuxie will help.
Tuxie will help. And Vin, Yatil, Trey, not playing Trey's anymore. Gregor.
That note, before Tuxie heads out, he says that. Yes, he'll ask, are you sure you want it to be you and him getting it? No offense, but it's kind of sounded like he was kind of like trying to boss you into helping him.
Well... Not really. The 2v1 was the orc's idea. So I was dragged into it by the orc, not by him. And yeah, he's most definitely bossy and rude and frequently irritating, but it is never a dull moment around him. So I get bored easily. I mean, what can I say? He's entertaining.
Sure. If you say so.
Oh my gosh, the way you said that was great.
Wait, I have to say it with like the lizard. If you say so.
Okay.
You know what? I'll go with you guys.
Alrighty, so that makes 3. Vin, Gregor, anything special you want to do?
No, not really.
Alrighty. So then, Vin and Gregor get ready to go to bed for the night. I suppose Devin as well. As Tuxie and Yatil and Ragnar go out on the town, the first thing y'all notice as y'all get out into like Ortholt proper is that most of the Uruxi are staring up at the sky. At this point, like, the sun has gone down. Following their glances, you look up, and what you now know is some sort of comet has gotten a little bigger in the sky. Like, not like Majora's Mask bigger, But if it was like the size of your thumbnail in the distance, it's now more like the size of that was a little too much. If it was the size of your pinky before, it is now the size of your thumb. About like that. The Uruxi are like all staring up and pointing at it. There's a lot of talk of like the general like, what is this? Strange. What could it mean? Kind of stuff like that.
That's concerning. Isn't this the same star that also apparently is tied to Urgathoa? Was that brought up?
Yes. The running theory that Noroth has is probably came directly from the negative energy plane, is fueling the undead and responsible for their uprising. Might have something to do with Urgathoa or some other undead related deity. And it's like, it is now bigger.
Okay. Wait, is this thing basically like the Tyrant Star, but Pathfinder?
That.
I'm totally okay with that. That is pretty cool, actually.
I'm not sure what that is.
Anyone doesn't know what Tyrant... I'll talk about it later.
I'll Google it. Of course, it's another Warhammer reference. Gee, that's all we do. That's all we do. The Tyrant Star
I'm sitting over here right now messing with Warhammer assets in Table Simulator. I'm pretty certain literally all we do is Warhammer or something that has references to Warhammer at this point.
Yes, they are very close from quickly reading the wiki.
It's okay.
I see a Knowledge Arcana check. Whatever for?
Well, because everyone's trying to figure out, well, what could it mean that this is closer, so why not give it a shot?
Might be a little better to roll Geography, TBH.
It's a star?
Yeah. It being a celestial entity kind of thing.
Fair enough. I absolutely have nothing in that.
Well, as a bard, I believe you could make them all untrained, so...
Except as a wit archetype, I can't.
Oh, womp womp. Well, near as you can tell, it certainly is magical in nature if it came from the negative energy plane. If it's closer, that may be the result of it, like, lurching forward and by essentially any number of ways up to and including, like, using the negative energy plane to dimensional hop forward a little bit, or more likely like the astral plane, or maybe it's just moving towards you. It's hard to say. For all you know, it could have just grown somewhere farther off. There also could be general, like, you could draw seeing that generally, possibly, maybe that it would mean that, like, it is getting stronger, more powerful, things like that.
That's really more what I was getting at with the roll, is how does this affect the magic in the area? But, yeah.
That seems to be a time will tell kind of thing. It's hard to say.
I want to shoot that thing, guys. I wish my gun would reach that far to shoot that thing, see what happens. Maybe I need to make a cannon, but it's fueled by the plane of positive energy. Let's see how that thing would like that then. Yeah. Blowing stuff up.
I love how that's just become Ragnar's whole character.
And I say that to the group that I'm with.
Am I the only one confused by what the drunk dwarf just said? A what now that is powered by positive energy?
Alright. That thing from the plane of negative energy, there's an opposite to it. Positive energy. All lifelike. And I want to make a bigger version of my gun hammer that fires a giant cannonball like they put on ships, but is powered by the plane of positive energy.
I'm very glad that the orcs do not have good relations with dwarves, because otherwise, firearm, weapons, and orcs' love for war would make for a terrifying combination.
Just be glad I don't worship the war god.
Why do they have to worship a war god? They're good at murdering each other as it is.
I worship the god of creation of building, so I like to build things, build anything. Build weapons, build houses, build defenses. If it's buildable, I want to build it.
Boom.
You build a statue of me.
With a cannon, perhaps.
I can.
Who would probably get along well with the Shattered Shell tribesmen?
So as you guys go bopping around to gather information about the Temple of the Badger, generally speaking, that would be just a big group diplomacy check.
Oh,
Fun.
I abstain, courteous.
I too abstain.
And looks like nobody needs it. Well, you're going to get a lot of really big successes, Tuxie. How do you want to flavor it? Wow.
Tuxie, she goes out on the town, starts chatting people up. They probably just think she's adorable because to them she's just like a newly hatched Uruxi because she's so small. And she probably just sort of rolls with that and uses it to get people to say whatever they can.
Okay, fair enough. So just the conversation is basically just a lot of like, oh, you're so small. Oh, look at you. Oh, you're looking for dwarven ruins? Near as I can tell that, well, all the rumors we hear is that they end up somewhere, well, over... And I'm getting a drawing tool. This direction. In the mountains.
People aren't mistaking her for one of Yatil's children, are they?
No.
Yatil has children?
I guess I didn't think about it. No, but if he did, hopefully they don't mistake you for one of mine. I don't know.
Oh, that's one of your... Is that your oldest, Yatil? Oh, how did it get copper? What did you do? Didn't know you played a bard. Clearly you've seduced the dragon. But more so is like, the elders say that after the dwarves came here from the Darklands, after the orcs drove them out, those that did not retreat, they fell back into the mountains in the Tors of Lebanese, I believe is what the... Well, they wave broadly at that squad. What you call them, sought solace inside the mountains. That's where I would look, certainly.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, kinsman.
They all nod.
Atil squats down to Tuxie's height and says, on the off chance that some of them do recognize that you're actually a kobold, but not a baby Uruxi, oh, you see that you're part dragon, so you might get approached by a few potential suitors. Anyway, here's what you do. If anyone starts flapping their dewlap at you, just squawk 3 times and they'll go away. Not squawk 2 times, though. That means you're accepting their advances. Hey.
Tuxie blinks a couple times and
What?
Several people see that and just look on.
Exactly. Just like that.
thanks for the tip.
Yeah, that's
You are
funny.
welcome. I'm sorry. That joke was brewing for a while. I had to use it.
As you do. Okay, if no one else has anything else to do, the night passes. Y'all wake up in the morning.
Okay.
Whoever is awake first, looking outside the window as you get up, they aren't necessarily like breaking down the doors. I guess also Elric shows up at some point. That's important. We like Elric. Hi, Robin. Like, not patrolling the streets either. That makes it sound a little more like not what we're going for. But like various orcs are looking around, like walking around the streets with intent, not necessarily door to dooring, but they're very clearly looking for, well, Devin and Tuxie. What do, team?
Teal will. Is Devin still sleeping?
Like a fucking rock.
I didn't think Devin would be a morning person, no.
Teal will just like walk over to him and squat down and. Oh, this will be funny. Teal like holds his mouth very close to Devin's face while he's still sleeping. As he's not close enough to actually bite him, but close enough for like when he makes sure that like his view is just the inside of Yatil's mouth. Yatil reaches over to like poke him on the shoulder to wake. As soon as he sees his eyes open, he'll snap his jaws shut as hard as he can in front of his face.
Ah! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Everybody hears both. Well, maybe not the snap. If you don't hear the snap, you definitely hear Devin.
I'm up early.
He is sitting on a chair nearby watching and just starts cracking up.
Is this how you treat honored guests in your damn town?
I think he's acting more like you all already.
Oh,
I'm sorry, you're an honored guest? That was news to me.
Yeah, I'm honored wherever I go. I've got a little badge, remember? We've all got badges, we're honored.
oh, you can show
Officer-
those badges
Officer
to orcs.
Doofy, I have a badge.
So, is that why there's orcs running around outside to find and see your badge?
Oh, so Devin stretches, and he's like, oh yeah, that's this morning, isn't it? Oh, gotta make myself more famous, gotta take over an orc tribe. I'm chosen, it's good to be me. Beauty.
No, I suppose this is a win-win situation. If you guys do beat him, then this is over with. If you lose, well, it'll be cathartic to watch this one bite it.
Oh, come on. You know you would miss me, Yatil.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about you.
I know.
I'm talking
but
about watching this one time.
if he goes, I go too. It's just sort of how this whole thing is set up.
The only thing I've ever lost is the respect of my parents, so I should be okay.
Well, I felt that one on a personal level.
Many things are becoming clearer now. My terrible sense motive.
All right, Penny, you ready?
Let's do this.
Alrighty.
Can somebody
like
press
to
attention to
reinvoke
us?
my-
Like really awesome WWF style entrance music as we go walking down the halls like fucking Rocky.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Give you some bonuses.
Go sound.
Yeah, that'd do it.
We're in a city made from a cluster of mud huts. There's not going to be like a WWE stadium in the middle of an Aruxi.
Oh, there will be.
It's a
alright,
mud
don't-
arena.
Don't ruin the fantasy.
Yeah, jeez.
Mud wrestling arena.
The door flies open. Tuxie and Devin just walk out. Ba-da-da, ba-da-ba.
No, the mud wrestling is part of the Aruxi courting, but we can explain that later.
God damn it.
What?
Actually, it turns out Devin and Tuxie have to run up many, many stairs before they can get to the arena. I've actually never seen those movies. Maybe one day. Emmy knows. I've seen like no movies. We digress. So getting to the probably where, like, as soon as y'all step out, some orc would see you, motion towards you, and they don't do anything over hostile, but they do like surround you and start like walking generally in the direction. Yatil would know.
Do we have to get your blessings now, or how long do they last for?
Also, the blessings we would get from the cleric would be a violation of the 2-on-1. Unless you would like the ward armor to get blessings from his friends too.
Okay.
Well, I suppose Tuxie will give her and Devon resistance. Why not?
Should we wait? If it only lasts for a minute, shouldn't we wait?
True.
Or how long does it last for?
For a minute.
We should probably
1
wait.
minute.
Doesn't stack with any cloaks you might have.
You are, and there's gonna be some shit talking, I'm sure.
As you do.
So we can, if we did it now.
Nick, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say Yatil would go back to Ben, Ragnar, and Gregor and just ask. These are your friends. Are you sure of this?
I am not sure, to be honest with you. If he thinks he can do it, let him. But that's why I have the escape plan with the man with the teleporting scroll to get us out. And if things go south, I'm sure 90% of these people here have never had a gun go off. That would cause some scatter.
First of all, friend is maybe a stretch. I'm not that long in the group. But if you want to show how noble he is, he should try. But if we will use a roll to teleport away and run, then he will have to hit all night long. And Robin just wrote me.
Well. It appears Elric will show up just in time for me to actually have to dream up what's in that spellbook this session. Dank. Oh, hey, there he is.
Reinvoke his offer to assist. Not assisting for Devon, but, for Tuxie's sake.
Anybody want him?
I don't want to fight a fight that is. I don't need to fight. That is just idiotic.
I suppose it's somewhat worth mentioning. If you cast message back at Gregor, he could tell you exactly how many hit points that thing had left. Dumbest Slayer talent. Anyway, I was memeing at first talking about the stairs, but the fight probably takes place at the same place the debate happened, in that big amphitheater up all those stairs. So indeed, you do get to move up those stairs, and Chirjong is waiting for you at the top. He's like he is wearing a pretty sizable, like a babby in a papoose, a drum about like chest level. He's got a pair of, think like marching bass drum mallets, but it's a wonder he hasn't bust through the head of these things, because they're not necessarily pointy or spiky or jagged or anything like that, but they're obviously bent in a couple of places and chipped as if they've hit something a little harder maybe than they should have. Several Uruxi, I assume the party, have all formed a big circle to watch the fight. All of the council is in attendance. The withered one is invisibly in attendance so as not to have everyone bow and prostrate in the middle of this. Chirjong sees the two of you as you guys are kind of pushed to the front of the mosh pit, more or less. Well. And here I thought you'd run away. Impressive. Any last words?
Devon. Sorry to you. And also, I believe you stole my line. Usually that's what the executioner says.
He smiles. Well, you are much quieter than I thought you would be. If you've nothing further to say, he rolls his shoulders. My Gorthek will certainly be hungry. We have much ground to ride. And if Devin, Tuxie have no more talk shit to do, we're gonna run this one pure theater of the mind.
Cool.
Roll for initiative.
Gotcha.
We're cutting in and out again. Let me try.
Well, we must burn all of Washington to the ground. Nah. The reason we're cutting in and out is because PaizoCon is happening online this year. So all of the data in Seattle is compromised.
Oh, fine.
Honestly, probably it'll be fine. Online would work. That would just basically be PFS online in mass.
I think so. I think that's what they're doing, basically. I know I almost signed up to run a couple of games. If they were going to give people more than just, like, society rewards, I might have done it. I know, like, a bunch of stuff is going to be on Twitch. Honestly, I probably should be watching it to make content, but I'm too busy GMing for y'all and the billion other patrons I have right now.
If you ever decide to fly down for PaizoCon, hit me up.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
But I digress.
Oh, you do. Turns out the
Sitting in the proverbial tag in, tag out corner, I guess. Great.
well, alrighty. We're off to a great start here.
Yep.
All right, Susie, your call. Well, what you got for us?
All right. Pooksy will start off her bardic performance with a counter argument. Basically just counter song, but more differenter. And I suppose that means I make a perform check.
Indeed.
So you're going to talk about like how he's offbeat and like his notes are flat. I don't know. Do drums have flat notes? They don't. But he's off.
I suppose it depends on the drum in question.
Well, I'm going to talk about how he's running the tempo a bit slow and we got the drop on him.
Oof. Okay, fair enough. If there's nothing else from you.
I believe that's all I can do in the first round.
Yeah, that's just... Should he hit you with a bardic performance, you or Devin could use the 30 instead.
Not
Speaking of Devin...
Performance, but any magic effects that depend on sound, but not verbal components.
Devin looks up to the sky and screams Shazam and gets hit by a lightning bolt, and now he looks even way cooler than he did before, and he's got pants on with eagles on them, and you're like, wow, those pants are so cool. He's like 4 times as charismatic as he was before with the Eagle Splendor.
God damn it. Shazam! Alrighty. The Chirjong seems unfazed as you say what he says. He continues just like, he's kind of been like lightly tapping on the drum and then, excuse me, comes around to him and he begins drumming. You say faster and he just kind of stares at you and starts going like full drum line on it. If both of you could make will saves and spellcraft checks if you got them.
All right. Does this depend on sound in any way? I'm assuming sonic, whatever, language dependent.
No, it is a mind affecting compulsion.
Oh. All right.
In any case, Devin passes with the flyingest of colors. Tuxie, if you could as well.
Is that one?
Well, that was just a wisdom, not a will save.
Oh yeah, you're right. Not any better.
Okay, that would
0 point.
indeed
Much better.
Much better.
much better. And party can do whatever they want. Like as far as like to identify spells and things as that's being cast. Same for y'all.
Spellcraft or Knowledge Arcana?
Spellcraft.
Actually, I was going to ask if Yatio could like scan the crowd to make sure there's no.
Yep, sure. Make a perception check. Tuxie, you're not quite sure. Devin, he starts drumming a little faster, and like for maybe like a fraction of a second, you lose your composure and like your brain gets a little foggy, but you're far too beautiful and it just kind of rolls off you. Tuxie, for a split second, you get the really strong compulsion to draw your rapier, stab Devin in his favorite kidney if it would just shut him up, and then bite your own arm off. Then you shake your head back and forth a little bit and you regain yourself. He takes a move action to move within 5 feet of you. And Tuxie, you're up. You go looking around. Folks we've gone full Fight Club. There's a lot of people in the crowd who are like beating weapons on shields or fists on chests, like in time with him drumming. It seems to be, for now, everyone's going to respect it. They probably will continue to do so. Probably. Theoretically.
What language is he chanting in?
Mostly just...
His thunder.
Imagine him, like, throat singing.
Okay, because I was about to say, Vin does understand Orcish. In case he says anything weird in Orcish.
Now, you would probably... The gist of it is he is, like, chanting to invoke the spirits of his ancestors and...
Mongolian throat singing.
Yeah. I would try to do it, but I would really just embarrass myself and it would be bad. The Who intensifies. Tuxie, you're on.
All right. Tuxie will 5 foot so that she's 10 feet away. And he will cast Blistering Invective. Ooh, if that hits. So I make an Intimidate check to demoralize. 19.
I've never seen a well-versed go off so many times in my life.
I love Blistering Invective. It's like one of my favorite spells.
All right, that passes. Enemies that are demoralized take 1d5.
Oh, that was a reflex save. Oh my, fair enough. I rolled the wrong thing. Stand by. Actually, it would be 1 higher.
Would be 1 higher?
Yeah.
That still passes the Intimidate check.
Nice. Well, the Intimidate check is a DC 10 plus half his hit dice plus his wisdom, which is... Can't math. 13... I mean, the Intimidate is successful. He appears shaken. The fire, like, bursts out from your mouth. I suppose I take half of a D10.
That reflex save is just to keep him from catching on fire. He still takes the 10 points of damage.
Gross. Well, the D10.
And he is also demoralized.
Oh, he is. Well, if you want to Yoda D10 at the board for me. Oh, no, I see. You rolled backs. Oh, dang. Okay, fair enough. He's able to dodge as you shout. What do you shout? I don't want to just force you to shout Foos or Yol, I believe was fire. Yes, Dovahkiin. But
some strategy pitting yourself against 2 opponents at the same time.
You bitch. Way back.
Anything else from Tuxie?
You have to add that extra spice at the end. Yeah, bitch.
That's Devin.
Yes, one last thing, and that would be to keep up the performance.
Righto. All right, Devin. You got your big boy pants on.
Devin yells, Shazam, and Penny gets struck by a lightning bolt, and now you have Eagle Splendor. So plus 40 your charisma, which is like plus 2 to whatever the shit is you're going to do.
Nice.
And Devin will also move further away, like still within the ring, but just like he'll have to kill Penny before he gets to me. So he's safely behind Penny.
Alrighty, gotcha. So casting, if you want to cast Eagle Splendor, actually, I guess both of you would have provoked.
I 5-footed away.
Oh, you did. But
yeah, I thought I was damn theater of mind. Yeah, I want to get away so I don't get hit before I do that. So.
yeah, I goofed that one too. It's all good. Cool. That happens. Okie dokie. I think we're gonna just, as bits of cinders like go up into the air as some of his hair burns away and some of the like fur on his armor is incinerated, he continues drumming even faster. We'll save again, the pair of you.
All right.
A duel. This just became a battle of the bands.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not really. This is just, the foreplay. You got to get it up. I haven't broken out the chains yet. Like, shit's about to get wild.
Oof.
Spellcraft checks can also be a thing.
Not when you don't have it skilled and have negatives and intelligence.
Tuxie, you still can't quite figure it out. And bereft of hero point, I think Devin failed that one too.
Oh, did I?
Oh, no, Devin, you passed. Devin just passed. It's almost as if he hit the DC. Both of you, like, he does the same thing again. It gets real confusing. Devin, you almost, like, the mind fog hits and you say the thing and, like, all of the words echo back at you and it gets real confusing and there's just, like, this splitting headache and why won't Tuxie shut up and let you talk? But then you shake it off. Tuxie, however, the bardic performance drops. If you could please roll a d4.
My bardic performance or his bardic performance?
Your bardic performance. And give me that. Oh, it's a 4. Well, for this turn, if you could please roll to hit Devin. As the crowd all kind of like, as she turns with her rapier, and it's real, like, it becomes painfully obvious to everyone that Tuxie's not in her right state of mind. Chuzhang just kind of smiles. He raises his mallet on the drum and just boom down one big note, and in time with the boom, Tuxie leans forward to stab.
Do I have to stab or can I attack with a spell?
Attack nearest creature. For this purpose, I'll say you are compulsed to do the most harm possible to him.
All right, that would be a spell again, Blistering Invective. And I believe it targets every enemy within 30 feet of me, so that also hit the War Drummer, correct? Because every enemy, and it's still not, he's not considered an ally.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So targeted.
It is indeed a radius. Fair enough. Okay, I'll roll reflex. And if Devin would roll a reflex save as well.
Guess the War Drummer just played himself.
God damn it.
Well done.
What did you see?
29 Intimidate.
Alrighty. So, looks like Jeff passes. Mine is too lower from being shaken.
You're shaken from the Intimidate either way.
Right.
But you don't catch on fire and keep taking fire damage.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough. So, 8 more fire damage onto me. And
Do I take fire damage?
Yep.
yep, but you just don't catch fire.
And you are also probably shaken.
That's -2 to saves and attack rolls, right?
Yeah, fun fact actually, you can go in your character sheet on the main page. If you click where the conditions is in the main tab, you can just select shaken and it will auto calculate the whole thing.
Oh shit, nifty.
Alrighty. And Devin.
All right, so I know that this type of bullshit, so I'm not mad at Penny. Shit happens, so I'm gonna go after fucking little drummer boy, and fucking lightning crackles through my fingers, and I send out a barb chain. Well, there's gonna be two of them, and I send out the first barb chain.
Whew, 28 gets him.
8 hits. I'll go with the trip instead of the damage because I want him on the ground and not playing the drums. So trip versus his CM.
For it.
Make it so.
Is that so with the CMD? Because it's the first time. Sorry, I suck at this. Is it just it's so that 28 would be instead of attacking, that would be against the CMD, or how does that work?
You would.
For attacking, for doing a combat maneuver, you roll your CMB, which I guess you technically already did. It looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the
combat
and
maneuver
then-
defense. Yeah.
So then that would probably beat it, I assume. Where the hell?
And you got-
Yeah, you got him. He's on the ground.
Hell yeah. And then second chain comes out. 21 to hit.
You got him.
And that one will do the damage and fucking whacks him on the back.
Alrighty. And he takes a move action to stand. And, yeah, I think this particular spell, you don't need a lot of spellcraft to identify. He hits the drum once. As he does so, I regret the hell out of my choice of push to talk button. I need to pick a different one. God! Plus my level. My party can't hear me, but OBS can. Bang. As, like, the wounds, the blood, the burns, they begin to knit. And as we go to Tuxie, if you could roll a d4 again.
Oh gosh, if I press up on there, I get my whole thing from before.
You can tell as you go looking around, there's a lot of, like, big oohs and ahs as the magic and fire happens. No one seems to really be doing anything untoward. Oh, it's a 4. Please attack Jeff again.
God damn it.
I haven't seen confusion hit this hard since we had to restart an encounter like 4 times in Doomsday Dawn.
I wish to reset time.
Yep.
Yeah, I have PTSD from that.
I have PTSD from that whole adventure path.
There's nothing nefarious going on in the crowd.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Lots of people are enjoying what they're seeing. It seems pretty obvious Zhejiang is winning.
Okay.
Probably laughter, not the nicest thing said about Tuxie, as like she is hurting her friend.
I think the best thing I can do to hurt Devon, unfortunately, is the rapier. So she's going for your kidney. I'm sorry.
Couldn't the spell thing do it? Well, fuck it, doesn't matter.
I
Doesn't-
don't have the spell anymore. I ran out of
Oh,
slots.
damn it. Oh well. Well, I'm too pretty to stab anyway. I've learned that.
There actually happens to still be a little bit of arcane layover on that part of his body where he was torn asunder from the rending of the planes. So the rapier just kind of whoop, whoop. And Devin, you're on.
All right, let's go. Let's beat him some more. Barb chain.
Alrighty.
I'll let him take that 6 damage because I forgot. Like all it does is it's half for him to get up. So he's further. I'm far enough away that he like can't get to me. Well, like he has to get through Tootsie first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then let's go with another chain. Hells yes.
Unfortunately.
12 hits.
Yeah, the one would miss.
That one is not gonna fucking do anything anyway. God damn it. Okay.
First one hits him pretty good, though. So good, in fact, that like as the chain whaps him, he looks at you, just kind of like smiles, and then starts like, well, I guess there's not a straight line right now, so he'd have to move and attack. He moves through Tuxi's threat range. Unfortunately, Tuxi, as a confused character, does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Or does not get attacks of opportunity, rather, I should say. So he comes moving in.
Oh.
25 to hit.
That'll do it.
Ouch.
Just kind of like goes jogging forward, still drumming, and like it's still basically in time as like the mallet comes up and then he just like cracks it across your jaw. The crowd gets that big like as that happens. Lots of people start cheering. There's kind of a in the back just the chur-zhong, spears beating on the ground, that kind of thing. Tuxi, giveth us the D4. What were you gonna say, Nick?
That was way less brutal than I
Oh
expected.
my
Damn it!
All right, that's the best confusion I've ever seen. Please continue to help me kill Jeff.
The worst.
How long does this thing last?
4 more rounds.
Dang it.
No. Hey, you said that he walked past her.
And it doesn't provoke because a confused creature doesn't.
No, right. I understand that, but it was past her. Does that mean that he's now technically between
Oh, you'd be the nearest.
Uxie and Devon?
Oh, I see what you mean. I'll roll a D2. 1 is Devon. Rude. Rude, Nicholas. But also, yeah, fair enough.
Well done.
You are free to stab away.
I stabbed.
Oh, you did. 15.
And he's flanked.
And that hits. Nice.
6 piercing.
He realizes he got a little too close, looks over, and the rapier comes out. The crowd gasps. There's more loud smash noises all over the place.
I like to imagine that she like managed to like jab him in the butt, and there's just a big roar of laughter.
Yeah, that seems a little more in character for Tuxi. Fair enough. Just a boop. All right, Devin. There's a big angry man who just whapped you in the head with a bass drum mallet.
Let's 5 foot away and see if we can't trip him to get more space.
And keep him closer to me.
Yes.
Is Devon carrying any weapons on him?
I've got a dagger, but I don't really do weapons.
Only his good looks. 13, unfortunately. Does not quite get there.
Okay. Woohoo!
That, on the other hand, does... If we're trying to trip him, it puts him on his butt. Down he goes.
Okay, so yeah, so I got that. Now that he's on the ground, I can move further away, but make sure, like, he's still between me and Tuxi, so we still are flank-styled.
You got it. Okay, so I can't really double move. God, what do I do? It would provoke from Tuxi now, because Tuxi has identified him as enemy. Christ. All right, he stands up from prone and provokes from Tuxi.
Stab him again! Damn, girl!
And given that he's prone at the time, that does confirm.
Oh, never mind.
Well, he's not dead, but I don't know. Where do we... Tuxi's not in her right state of mind. I liked the stab in the ass flavor because she's confused. He falls down, like, face down, tries to, like, pick himself up, and then Tuxi just kind of, like, leans the rapier in another place that would be horrible to stab him, but objectively funny, as the crowd just starts laughing their asses off. Blood everywhere. He stands up. He not happy.
Oh boy.
20 to hit Tuxi.
That would do it.
8 points of damage as he stands up, and as part of the stand up, he just brings the mallet up, and it again, like, just pops you in the jaw. And I'm like 90% sure, probably, maybe, You automatically attack him when it goes to you. You have essentially broke the confusion.
It broke the confusion? Cool.
Yeah.
So now I can fight whatever way I want. Probably not looking the best right now. So Pixie still feels pretty good. She sees the sort of damage that she's done when she snaps to and smiles, winks. Strategy is everything. There we go.
Damn, apparently. Jeez. Jeez.
Yes.
Wait, crap! My prayer to Apsu worked.
It did. The metallic dragon smiled upon this encounter and that little rapier. Well, do you want to flavor it, Abby?
Double critic.
Yeah, that's nice.
This is gonna be nasty.
He's not dead. I mean, flavor the crit, I guess I should say. He's not happy.
Okay.
If you were to ask Sven, he'd tell you he's got, because it's just meta now. You know the hit points. No, you don't know this one, damn it. Suspense! Suspense! I will message Sven. Sven knows.
Tuxie starts counting. Oh, that would be good. She's pokes in gentle at first and slashes downwards, hitting the rib cage to the beat of his drum, counting down to just the right spot between the ribs and thrusts in so that she gets him right in the spleen.
Whew. Yeah, blood goes.
Liver's better.
Liver's better. Blood goes everywhere. There's big loud. Yatil, there are definitely, as you're scanning the crowd, probably about a dozen orcs instinctively go to, like, they don't have their weapons. He was given his weapons for the duel. They kind of just, like, well, I've said spears on shields. Oops. Pretend I didn't say that. Pretend they were just beating shields. They just kind of, like, all, like, crack knuckles or flex or, like, the general, like, let me at him in Tuxie's direction from about, like, few dozen humanoids about 3 times her size and about...
He's gonna have his hurricane staff sitting at the ready for himself.
Alrighty. Do you want to do anything else with it, or are you just, like, ready?
Just, I mean, I'm not, I would relay this to Vin and the others and, like, nod over to sure that they see that, you know, there's some knuckle cracking going on in the red corner over there.
Oh.
He's honestly bewildered by how well these two are handling this orc war chief.
Fucking told you we're the shit!
Shouts Devin at the top of his turn.
So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So back up so that I'm safe, and let's see if we can't knock him on his ass. Nope.
Not quite. It's been way big worse luck here. That'll do it if you're trying to trip him.
Yeah, just trip him, because that way at least I'll be safe because he's far away, and Penny gets the attack of opportunity and gets stabbed.
All right, fair enough. And it goes to him, and he basically at this point he stands up. It provokes from Tuxie, who proceeds to crit it. I mean, not a crit, but a hit.
Close. All right.
Okay, and now we're gonna do the swing. Obviously, like, at this point, he's got a lot of pretty not the best wounds. He needs medical attention pretty quickly, but he doesn't seem to be thinking about that. He's not even really drumming that much either anymore. Mostly, he's just pissed. And he swings in, and it's, I assume a 27 gets there.
Yep.
For another 7 damage. This time it's not like a drum bonk you in the chin. Now it's more like stand up, you stab him. He doesn't seem to care. Swings it down over your head and just like probably cracks the mallet a little bit as he does so. And how do you respond?
From the clap.
You've been thunderstruck.
All right.
Wow, 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 wow.
Thunder.
All right.
Wow, 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 wow.
Thunder.
I guess if she stays there and Devon trips him again, she gets another attack of opportunity. So she's just gonna keep swinging. I
Alrighty.
wish I could do something more flavorful with the spells, but this seems to be what's effective.
Sometimes you just gotta stab a dude.
You could keep calling him names. That would be fun.
Yes, rapier.
A woman after my own heart.
Cast pincushion.
And pincushion indeed. Stabbing in. Anything else, or does it pass to Devin?
He glares at him. Just stay down.
He leans forward. Does Emmy speak Orcish?
Nope.
Says something harsh and guttural at you real quiet. As like when you stab, he staggers back. There's a lot of blood. A lot of blood in a lot of places. The various orc tribes that are watching begin, like, at this point, the cheering has, it's kind of gone to jeering at this point. The Aruxi kind of watch. The Aruxi are probably still cheering pretty loud. The orc tribes are more, like, at this point, they're a little, it seems both upset, like, at the fact that they're, like, their chosen one is losing, and at the fact that their chosen one is losing, if that makes sense at all. But that he's getting his ass kicked, and how dare he get his ass kicked? He was the chosen one, and all that. Oh, Devin.
So Devin is just fucking eating this all up. It's that whole scene from Killmonger when he's got fucking T'Challa on the roof and he's about to die. And it's like, is this your king? Is this your king? This is the guy? Fuck that guy. Barb chains.
Alrighty. For same idea, try to trip.
Yep. So the first one is, so the first one go, he's tripped?
The first one would not quite trip him.
Okay, then let's try it again. There we go.
That, however, is much better. Yeah, down he
Is
goes.
your king? Laid in the dirt, bloody, bleeding. I can't believe y'all. If I was the Orc King, we wouldn't have none of this bull.
He attempts to stand up.
Barb chain magic.
Barb chain real good.
How many?
Emmy!
Those do you have?
Emmy, you animal!
God damn it!
Yeah,
My
we're gonna be here taking a nap after
Oh, that's
this.
30 more damage right there.
Okay.
Ooh. Body, body, body.
It's 50 more damage, not 30.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. It's 15. That's already doubled. Gotcha.
This orc war chief is embodied a flamboyant oracle and a cobalt.
And how would Emmy like to flavor that kill?
Pure gold.
Pure copper.
Oh, finally I get to flavor a kill. The executioner gets to flavor a kill. All
Gonna
right.
be an actual kill.
Yeah, he as he tries to get up, she just sort of kicks him in the gut so that he's down on his knees. He's about head level with her, but he pulls his head by the hair so that he's looking at her in the eyes. And He just sort of takes the rapier, holds it way out, arm extended to the right fully, positions it right on his neck, and slides it through slowly.
Like butter.
And he probably like catches your eye, and there's like all the bravado and all of the angst and everything else, like as he's trying to pick himself up, it has given away to fear and rage and terror, and like a man backed into a corner, and he looks up at you, and then like he basically gets to like a low plank, and then you stab him, and then he collapses. The drum breaks. There is an immediate uproar in the crowd. There's no one gets to like danger, guards intervene, but like I guess what I'll say is everyone who did not participate in the combat, the viewing place kind of turns into a mosh pit real quick. That's flavorful for a battle of the bands, I suppose. That was unintentional.
Devin will be inciting this all. Like, they're all pissed. The guards trying to keep everybody down. Devin's fucking making a goddamn show. Devin's gonna grab the drum and start playing on it because he fucking won. And he and Emmy are new co-executive vice war chief.
Vice war chiefs. Co-chiefs. Well, everybody else who didn't participate in the combat, how do you react to this? I should start with Yatil, because Yatil's been like, he's been on point this whole time.
Yeah. So those knuckle crackers that were, it sounds like a racial slur when I say that. Those orcs that were
God damn it.
like cracking their Yeah, that was on me.
You're fine, man.
It's funny. Like, there was a skit I was like, this sounds racist, but it's not. But yeah, that's funny.
No, Drew Duck. Yeah, I think it was Daniel Tosh.
I think a couple of people have done it.
Digressing, is anyone making a go for Honor Tuxi? Like those guys that were cracking their knuckles in the corner, for example?
Yeah, a couple of them. One of them, a particularly large, looks to be wearing like a Gorthek hide complete with one of the horns like over his shoulder. He goes to like lean forward and like lunge, and there's enough like armed guards around to stop folks, but it looks like he will get through.
I'm gonna start shoving my way out the crowd towards the center of the arena on Devin and Tuxi.
Okay.
Make sure nobody tries to go for them.
Then Elric, now that Robin has joined us, I keep wanting to say fucking Trazen. Ragnar, Gregor, there it is, Jesus. Anything y'all want to do?
I would like to go to protect them, like go up, standing with my gun, ready to fire. Like, come on, I dare you, attack them. Kind of type of a stance.
Yeah, I've joined that. Just way less threatening because I'm skinny.
Did it ever occur
wearing a robe, so it's probably like a dress.
The equivalent of a referee here?
Kind of, sort of a ref. Not like somebody who would like. They would only really stop it in the case of like what is happening now, and it becomes pretty obvious, like from flavor text in a second, that things will come to a halt as the mosh pit happens. But there's not really like a to oversee it kind of thing. Y'all both being outsiders, the council was more than happy to just let you figure it out how you figured it out. Oh, Christ, I realized. Ross, I'm so sorry. I've had you muted on my side because your keyboard. Oops. Oh no.
I was muting myself and unmuting myself. I'm sorry. Jesus.
I've been that guy. I failed you.
Okay. It's okay. I was just gonna say, as all of this is going on, Vin's gonna take a note from one of his particularly devious siblings, and he's going to go around and start like sowing dissent in Orcish. Like, you never should have trusted such and such tribe, or this is why, Gorham's truly with us, that sort of stuff. Trying to turn the tribes against one another. And speaking in Orcish.
Okay, cool. Give me the social check of your choice.
I'm going to use diplomacy.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Some people like will look at you and they see you and they don't pay you a lot of mind. Some people that you don't recognize, like, they do their very best to look away as if like they're not paying attention or they didn't hear you or that didn't affect them. It's very obvious that it got to them. Like, you can see their facial expression just melt as they begin to like consider the situation. This is probably about the time where like the cheers kind of went jeerier, I guess I'll say, that kind of thing. Some of the Torn Tusk hear it and they go out and they start spreading it as well.
Nice.
And it seems to be pretty darn successful, all told. Anything from our Slayer?
I thought it was drinking. No, I stand in front of Tuxie and Devon and shield them from the view of the angry orcs.
Okay, fair enough. So y'all, you did the thing. The best confusion I've rolled since Doomsday Dawn. Did not take out the party. In fairness, I couldn't also fly away from you, and there weren't 4 of me. And we weren't star spawns of Cthulhu. Sorry, I'm not mad. Anyway.
He was too cocky. If he didn't walk up and Tuxie had 2 change targets, he might have won.
Dude.
That was...
Pride cometh before Chirjong.
Are you guys?
How what?
How badly hurt are you guys, actually?
Pooksy is a little bit below half health.
13 out of 25?
Crap, I don't think we ever established who has the
14
one
and
to
29.
cure, or the one to cure like wounds.
It's all good. Anyway, as this is all going on, like, he goes down, the two of you look at each other, the arena, like, erupts. Folks try to get to you, but are repulsed. There's, like, it just goes into this mosh pit. Devin starts, like, riling him up, as he does.
Tell them about how, like, fucking Gorm is a fake god, and Ra's beautiful sunlight shines on me, and I glisten in blood and sweat, and it's gorgeous.
It probably is. The sun just shines down, this beacon of holy light, this Devon.
We should roll some
You're
intimidate.
gonna start
so we get
dissing
the big
Gorham
buff
in front
going
of a
from...
room full of orcs?
Yeah, he is. Roll the intimidate check. Nice. As this is going on, everybody but Vin makes their way over to the stage. Gregor has his shield up, so, like, the stray boot, skull, or some other bric-a-brac is not yoked too hard your direction. Elric stands next to you. You don't see Vin or smiles until probably about 30 seconds later when a couple... probably, like, 2 or 3 dozen orcs make their way, like, as the mosh pit is still happening. And they begin, like, pulling their fellow orcs away from the stage in such a way as, like, to be a little less threatening. That's when, like, the things kind of blow up a little bit there, and you can see, like, actual, like, punches are thrown. Eventually, the council kind of, like, whams the staff down. The big call lightning happens. Everyone is quiet. All eyes fall on the arena, and all of you.
Be a bad question to be asking, and probably even a stupid one, but is he actually dead?
I will leave that to Emmy. Mechanically, she brought him to -1, 71 out of 70. At your discretion, he could live. You have the time to immediately react and save him. Or you could just kill him.
Kill him. Kill. He tried to kill you. He took over your mind. That precious, beautiful mind that you have. He tried to warp it. He doesn't deserve to live.
He got into this fight because of you, though.
Yeah, don't listen.
We got into this fight because you needed some chaos, because Emmy's words weren't working as well as they should have, and I just had to stir shit up, and this is sort of how it worked.
I love that the dice go along with your crazy ass plans and never are more sane, logical plans. It's always the crazy shit that works.
Welcome to
Out
Pathfinder.
of character, I just want to throw this out there. What would be more humiliating for an orc war chief? Against Cobalt and a human, or to have to live to be forever known as that orc war chief who got his shit rocked by a Cobalt and...
But then that will leave an enemy for us to have to deal with later.
Exactly, because then he's gonna go train underneath a waterfall and come back twice as strong, and I don't need that.
I played
So
enough
here's what
Shadows
Tuxi's
of
gonna do.
Mordor.
Let Tuxie kill or not kill them. Damn it.
Tuxi will look at her rapier, wipe it clean. Don't usually like getting this dirty, but you know, gotta say, War Drummer, turns out you're not really as much of a chosen one as everyone thought you were. And with that, he's gonna cast a vicious mockery his direction.
God damn!
Okay.
Does his head explode like we were talking about before? Like, I want his brains to like ooze out of his nose. I don't know, something crazy.
It probably does something to that effect. It's 6 sonic damage is not quite enough to kill him, but it would, like, Emmy has made her decision. The execution happens. He kind of just
his vicious mockery again to finish it off.
God damn!
He shakes and shakes and shakes and probably eventually pops like a... It's like Gallagher, but with words.
Oh, that's awful.
Well, again, then fast forward to everybody gets on the stage to protect their friends, and the orcs fight the orcs. And it's all just a big thing. It resolves with everything getting real quiet, and like everyone, all the eyes kind of just fall on you. The council, they probably fall on the council after the lightning. The council says nothing. It's awkward for a little bit. Then even like the eyes of the council, they all turn the direction of the party.
I whisper to Tuxi, you need to take control. You and Devin now need to say something. Something to unite them, inspire them, or take over them. Something.
Oh,
He
did it.
turns her head to the crowd of orcs. And well, as I've stated before, his plan was not all that wise to go and find this weapon that he doesn't even know where it is.
Oh no.
We need aid fighting the true enemy, the undead, rather than this pointless bickering with each other. Hopefully I've proven to you by this point that your so-called war drummer was unfit to lead you in battle. Fight by our side.
Yeah, what she said.
Anybody else want to add anything in?
I was not ready for these past 2 days.
Welcome to life as a disciple. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
I will say the campaign just took a turn I wasn't super ready for, but welcome to Pathfinder, Tommy.
The thing that Eric wants to do is make sure that the body stays dead. We have reanimated corpses way too many times.
Oh yeah. As a sign of our just and mercifulness, we will let you burn him in whatever weird little poor orc people rights that you have to make sure that he doesn't turn into a fucking zombie.
And when poor orc people rights comes out, the crowd goes from like they've been quiet, then you say that, and then there's the rabble starts to kick back up again.
Great, you pissed them off again.
I mean, we're giving them the body of their
Yeah,
damn fallen war chief.
I
They should.
know, but maybe you shouldn't have insulted the whole race.
You
or
need to
something.
do whatever rites is customary for your people in your religion. That he will turn into an undead because of these lands are being controlled by the undead and have been tainted. He will rise if he is not properly disposed.
Diplomacy check from Ragnar then.
Probably don't have to. Never mind.
I mean, does Tuxie get a diplomacy check for attempt to unite people?
And
That's fair.
Ragnar says what he says, and people by and large calm down. And now Tuxie could roll the diplomacy.
Oof.
Wow.
Oof.
A 16 from Ragnar on diplomacy is a 1 from you. Wow. Wow.
Yep.
She's got away with words.
They come forward.
Ah.
They take his body. God, I guess they have to do something to the equivalent of get a broom and dustpan and sweep up his gray matter. It's gross.
And take his teeth as trophies.
They take the body.
I'm
There's
personally offended by that.
kind of all of Grizok and Wrath of the Righteous. They take the body. The vast majority of the assembled orcs kind of just mill off. Torntusk steps forward. Oh, gnarl. Vin's brother-in-law. Regarding the two of you, I cannot believe what I just saw. Blinks.
Reaching to the choir, Greenskin. To choir.
Who taught you the ways of the warrior, little one?
Some old cleric from back at home. Although he was more of a talker than a fighter. I guess I am as well. Although, to be fair, I've had to run a fair number of executions on orcs before, so I kind of know where all the little things are that you're not supposed to touch, and I know just how to touch them.
Oh, where exactly is home then? Should I be worried?
That is a
Emmy,
wonderful question. I have not had to talk about this in forever.
as Emmy frantically flips through the Google Doc that is her backstory. It doesn't matter. What matters is the tribes will need time to let this settle, but, well, Vin would tell you, by rights, they'll follow you, at least for now. Congratulations, you have officially...
Wait, me too? Me too or just her? Like, I was there too, right? Me too, right? They're gonna follow me too?
Yes, you too.
Okay, cool.
He pinches the bridge of his nose a little too hard. The pair of you, frankly all 7 of you, have probably just... Congratulations on grabbing the Gorthek by the horns. The tribes are, at best, unruly. At worst, pissing contests over whose faith in Gorham is better, or who is taller, or who's the... You understand.
Not gonna lie, towards the end there, just started going around talking shit to all the different tribes about the different tribes. Seems like some of our brothers in the clan picked up on my little plan. I was trying to sow discontent to try and make these entire group just fall apart. But if you want to try and re-rally them, you're more than welcome to. I was more so focused on making it so that way the orcs are quicker to fight each other than us.
I assume there will be infighting.
Undead stuff. So Cornhusker, what if I will make you my chief apprentice security officer and put you in charge and make sure all the orcs go around killing undead things. How's that sound to you, Cornhusker?
It's torn tusks.
I know that would be a question you would ask my partner, not me. We can't make the decision together. Let's just say that the pair of you are not the only war chieftains to co-lead. I think it's become a precedent now.
By the way, how far away are we from Nermathias again?
From Nermathos, we are... Oh, we're a distance.
Character.
God. I have my map of the Inner Sea region up, but it's on the other side of the room. It's probably... I really need new glasses, y'all. Probably like 700-800 miles, honestly. It's on the other side of Adistan.
Gotcha. So, in other words, you got nothing to worry about. I'm from pretty far away.
Fair enough. But yes, if for no other reason than he kind of nods Vin's direction. This bastard and all of his family are now in danger. I'll help you keep the tribes as organized as you can. Worst case scenario, I can let you know if problems arise. Well...
At the very least, this should have delayed the search for this weapon.
I don't think we'll stop it entirely. Certainly, any one of them has the right to go renegade and go look themselves. That said, I imagine they're not... like sticking your hand in a fire. You are only to get burned. At least they're not looking for it in force.
And at least there's no other soul organizing them to be one single group to take revenge.
Exactly.
More, it seems.
They're fracturing. They're not reuniting. At least not at the moment.
Or when they do, they'll reunite under your banner.
The banner of Devin and his disciples!
Oh, dear God.
Ba-ba-da-ba!
Also, Gnarl.
Yes?
In fact, maybe it was better if Devin
I
were
was a bastard.
You were breaking up. What'd you say?
I was just like, you don't need to tell everyone I was a bastard. Jeez.
My bad.
Is what it is.
Well, suppose I should ask, other than sending them to destroy the dead ones, do you have any other plans?
Do orcs build statues?
No.
I mean...
Dude,
No, I say, like, kind of holding up my hand in front of Gnarl, just like, no.
He looks at... No.
are any of the orcs tribes have any blacksmiths, or are they known for them?
He kind of just looks at you, blinks. Yes, we understand how that works. He taps the falchion on his back.
No, I know, but do you all have them, or do you all trade?
We have them or we take.
Wasn't it Sooty?
Good.
Wasn't that the name of the old blacksmith of the group? Of your clan, Smooty? Or, no, Sooty Rock. Sooty Rock. That was his name, right?
He nods.
Is he still alive? He's still kicking?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Sooty Rock.
We should at least... I shall help teach them some of stuff what I know. I do know some more complex smithing techniques.
I take it there's another faction who'd like to put firearms in the hands of. What even is this game now?
No, we shall give your judgment on who shall earn this knowledge first, and then we shall mass produce weapons and firearms and other weaponry that will be designed to kill the undead. Not just like a common sword, a sword made for killing an undead. A bow designed for it. Stuff like that.
I can't help but wonder if my sister were here, she wouldn't be jumping on this to try and make it so that way only the Torn Tusks actually got, like, guns and whatnot. I'm kind of surprised you're not acting on that, Nora.
He nods. The situation is more complicated.
In the middle of the bloodied arena.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of get used to it, I say, probably kicking the dead body.
well, that's
We gave it away. Remember, they took it.
There's probably some gray matter somewhere you can yote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
The
kicked a
gray
little bit.
matter.
They're like
anime.
prestidigitating stuff up.
Smiles goes chasing after it as if you kicked a ball.
I mean, I guess it's a good thing that somebody dragged him away before Yatil asked if anybody was going to eat that.
You gonna eat that?
Great.
I'm just joking. He wouldn't do that.
Orcs taste disgusting.
Tuxie's just sort of prestidigitating up the blood, cleaning up the mess afterwards. She looks over to Devon. You know, I meant to say this before the battle, but as soon as we got out the door, we got swept up here so quickly. I'm proud of you for not running.
I'm proud of you for being awesome and following a great idea. And I'm proud of you for sucking just enough not to stab me in my kidney, but being awesome enough to stab him in the throat. Low five.
Aw.
Speaking of which, how are you?
Good.
Did
If I could,
I hurt
if I
you?
could get your cute little choker again, that would be nice.
Teal is just like kind of guide staring back between the two of you, just like.
I just look over at Yatil with like a closed eyes and a wide smile. You get used to it.
As this conversation is going on, Noroth makes his way back over. Well, and even more blood on the arena now, I suppose. I must say,
Rushes to his side when he sees him coughing up blood.
please, friend, I have to imagine my organs are. He kind of like starts drawing an infinity loop in the air with one feeble hand and then like spins it weird eldritch directions back and forth. I have to imagine they're not the best. In any case, you, my pompous and littlest friends, you've done Orthold a great service. With presumably the orc tribes following you, we don't have to worry about them coming back with some weapon should they get it, or falling upon us later. In such a way.
And taking over you, too. Tuxie is joking.
He kind of stops, blinks. In any case, the council can support you much more openly now. Anything you need, within reason, in Orthold, we will provide. We are with you.
Thank you.
Can I get a mud massage?
He's kind of blinks.
Teal cracks his knuckles.
Ooh, you're so strong. I like that. Yeah, give me a mud massage. I'm all for it.
It's gonna feel like it's gonna feel like your back is being scrubbed down by a gravel road. Hands are scales and spikes.
Well, they say mud is very exfoliating. My people should know.
Just because your kind spends 90% of their time covered in mud does not mean you know about mud exfoliation.
Yes, the dirt.
The joke
drags
is that
out.
you're a dwarf and you're digging in the hole all the time.
He is a dwarf and he's digging a hole.
Diggy.
Hole.
I'm digging a hole.
Brothers of the mind rejoice.
Sing with us. I'm not. Leave me alone. I like that Windrose cover quite a bit. Anyway, so in a mechanical sense, you don't necessarily have like all of the free stuff from Orthold, but like you don't need to worry about feeding yourself. This is much like Timberfall. Orthold will evermore be a safe place to rest. Y'all can come and go pretty freely. Up here, when we go down to Orc Tribe Town, technically speaking, Tuxie and Devin are the new leaders of a loose coalition of orc tribes, basically. Does that mean you're safe? No. Matter of fact, when you're out there, the odds of you being attacked probably have gone up. That said, point them to attack somewhere and they'll do it. A couple of very powerful allies have been earned today.
Yeah, buddy.
And I'm impressed, frankly. I didn't know where that was going to go, but we got there. Well, team, what is your...
Ding to
was
level
that
5.
here?
What's up?
I said, do we ding to level 5?
Yeah, we level. I think we level. That felt very plot archy.
Nice.
Level 5.
I guess I didn't consider it, but yeah. This means that Teal's people probably won't be subjugated by the orcs now.
You're
'Cause
welcome.
that was a threat.
Yeah. A lot of loose ends were picked up, and like,
You see, this is why they keep me around. You see this pretty face? You see that? Yeah.
in any case, friends, if there are any other questions, and Robin, I'll generate a spell book for you between here and next week, because you got some stuff. If there's any other questions I might ask, or rather, excuse me, that I might answer about the present predicament, now would be a good time.
Well, do you know of any of the ruins inside the stolen lands? I'd probably show him like a map. Maybe if he knows of the region, maybe he can tell us about some places and mark them on our map.
He
We're knowledgeable.
shakes his head now. Unfortunately, not other than, well, that old fort. That said, I have to assume he echoes what y'all figured out bopping around on the town. I have to assume when the dwarves were, well, in the age of darkness, when the orcs were everywhere, well, if I had to run somewhere, I'd run to the mountains. I would search there. Perhaps some cave, forgotten something or other. Certainly with, well, frankly, quite a bit of us. You can travel a lot more ground, discover a lot more things. And if I'm honest, a lot of my time was spent not looking as close as I could have. Too single-minded. Send riders, see what they can find. That would be my first guess. Perhaps go back and, well, maybe you can find something else at that old Yobarian tower. He shrugs. Whatever you do, I would make regular stops, maybe even sooner rather than later. Frankly, I'm unsure. I have to assume they moved their camp, but wherever it is the tents are set up, I might make my way to Glenabon sooner rather than later. Maybe even go back with the tribes, formally announce yourself their new chieftains, make some kind of declaration. You still got that scroll, yes? Certainly you could just...
That way we can get them to go out and kill undead stuff. We wouldn't have to worry.
Nods.
Or are they smart enough to do like an investigation? Because we still don't know who hired the Scarlet Hand to go out and kill the damn.
Oh, we do.
Corp,
Yeah, we do.
right? Do we?
Yeah,
Oh,
that,
that
The pink-haired lady.
pink
hair.
lady.
Yeah, y'all are...
Should we send them to go track her down? And if you see any undead while trying to find her, do that. Is that I'm open to suggestions.
Yeah. You mentioned that you were looking for someone, no?
That they did.
Or
I think we got a name. I just gotta dig that name out again. I put her in a place I shouldn't have. I made a token for her, but I didn't make a sheet for her because I'm lazy, I guess. Her name is Ignava. You definitely thought, bam, get your butt out on the board. You definitely thought she was just some random noblewoman from Restov who'd come down to Timberfall for lulz. It would appear she's an agent of the Whispering Way.
Did any of you guys ask the Withered One if he knew anything about this Inalva?
Hugo Montoya?
You killed my father.
Hello?
Hello? No, no one asked. Though certainly they could.
Well, let's ask.
He shakes his head no. You see, the thing about the Whispering Way is, when you get as old as me, Usually you're not dealing with the living ones, you understand? I have to assume either he snaps his fingers a little bit, new, particularly skilled, or magic to change her form, appear as someone else. You might not even find her like that. He shrugs. More information is clearly needed.
We should go to the orc tribes, back with them. Like you said, make a declaration. And if we send out any orcs to go and kill the undead, they need to be in groups at least as small as 5. But they should be in groups bigger, just to help, for they don't get ambushed. And if they do get ambushed, they will have some good help. In the scouts is a very genius idea you have, to go out to the mountains to see what they can find.
What about defending Ortholt? Now that they've been taken care of, what measures should be taken here?
In any case, as that's happening on the board, I'm outlining some squares. The next one's going to be a little more vague-ish, but y'all can consider anything in this pretty cyan color your territory. Would you call it a kingdom? Maybe not. But you do have the authority to build there. You do have standing armies now.
Yeah!
We could build there like a statue. We could build there.
Yes, you could have a damn monument.
By the way, only cost 60 gold to build the statue.
See, there you go.
We're about to get a whole fucking pantheon in this bitch.
Just 20,000 statues. All the money has been spent. In any case, that is where we're going to call this one for tonight. I think that did not go the way I thought it would. It's been a really long time as a GM since I've been, like, surprised by an outcome, but I'm not mad about the outcome. In any case, welcome to the most squares anyone's gotten Kingmaker so far. Till then, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. We'll be back at it next week with more Kingmaker, but Spoopy. And we will hopefully not die to too many random orc encounters then. My webcam's real foggy and I don't know why. Say bye, y'all.
Dude,
Bye.